What's up, everybody? It's your good friend Lukey, and this is my new YouTube channel. Please subscribe to help me. Look on the screen. Don't be a reoccurring viewer. Only 25% of the people watching these videos are subscribing. Hit the bell icon. Subscribe now, please. Okay, everybody. It's your good friend Lukey. New format on the new channel. It is the middle of summer. It's basically probably the start of summer. The flies are all over me. I feel like I'm in the bayou, but I'm not in the bayou. I'm in the Lukey podcast studio. Pretty much over 100 degrees. I hope you're enjoying this because it's miserable to do it, but I love you guys. I love you gals, so I'm sticking with it because I think there's one or two people out there that this might make their day, and if I make their day, I want to make their day. Hey, get off that lens. Get that guy out of there. So, June, fighter of the month. Pretty easy person to throw it out to, in my opinion. I think it's Teofimo Lopez. Heading into the fight with Josh Taylor, who's a 3-1 underdog. Coming out of the fight, everyone isn't giving him credit for how sensational his performance was. He was going through personal drama. He had basically not looked good since the George Kambosos fight against Pedro Campo. He looked like he had lost something off his fastball. When he fought Sandor Martin, some people thought he might have lost that fight. He fights Josh Taylor. Now, big caveat, it looks like Josh Taylor's leg is never going to be the same. That is important to say because it just looks like that's what it is. But fighters fight the fights. Teofimo fought a sensational fight. You can't discredit Teofimo Lopez for what another fighter did or didn't do. Teofimo Lopez would have beaten pretty much any fighter in that division on that given night. And I think that sensational performance needs to go down as the best performance of June. He is the fighter of the month, in my opinion. Even though he retired after the fight, I don't think any of us fully believe him. I think we view it as some sort of ploy or some form of strategy to do other things because he's talking to Floyd Mayweather on Instagram about doing this, wanting to spar him, this and that. It feels like there's a deeper story with Teofimo. I feel like he's very influenced by kind of pop culture, and maybe this is his own version of doing what Floyd had done or what Jay-Z had done before that, and this is his remix of it. He wants to kind of follow maybe some of his idols. This was a career-defining performance. To me right now, Teofimo Lopez is the fighter of the year. I know some people think it's Tim Tszyu. Some people think it's Gervonta Davis. To me, this performance was so sensational. This was the biggest win. He had his back against the wall, and he performed like no other. Teofimo Lopez, fighter of the year, June, and mid-year, I think it's Teofimo as well. There we go. You heard it. Okay. Jaime Munguia versus Sergiy Derevyanchenko. That is our fight of the month. It was a slobber knocker. These two just beat the heck out of each other. Sensational fight. It's a fight where if you read my Substack, which you really should go to my Substack, I put a lot of time into it, and I think it's actually a really good, I think it's good. Like, if I didn't write it, I basically write it so I stay informed. I wish someone wrote stuff like the way I wanted to consume it, because then I wouldn't have to do it. So I'm basically creating on my Substack the kind of content that is the kind of content I want around boxing. My YouTube channel is kind of like a way for me to voice my opinions in that same world. So if you enjoy the YouTube, go to the Substack. It's like a universe. And then you want to see more professional stuff, go to ProBox TV, where I'm a true professional, a consummate professional. I think they call me Mr. Professional over there. That's how professional I am. But Jaime Munguia, he was a world champion. He beat Saddam Ali. He beat Liam Smith 5 years ago. Basically regresses back to a prospect instead of being a world champion. After being a world champion, fights Sergiy Derevyanchenko. Back and forth fight. You could see either guy winning, but Jaime drops Sergiy Derevyanchenko in the final. Sensational finish to the fight. Absolutely loved it. Had everybody on their feet. Just the kind of fight that makes us fight fans. So I think that to me is a clear ringer for it. Honestly, the month of June has been pretty lackluster in terms of maybe exciting fights. I think there's been storyline fights, but in terms of fight of the year type fights, not really. I think the only other fight of the year type fight happened that same night, if I'm going off of memory, which was Teofimo Lopez versus Josh Taylor. And that wasn't the quote-unquote fight of the year type fight. It was more so a crazy good performance that could be nominated up here in that realm. I think I forgot to mention there's tons of flies, so I'm about to leave because this is annoying. Honorable mention that I didn't mention for Fighter of the Year, that would be, or Fighter of the Month, not the year. Sorry, apologies. Tim Tszyu stops Carlos Ocampo, and Jaime Munguia drops Derevyanchenko, wins a very close fight. Looks like he's living up to the potential we want. Looks like he's going to pursue the interesting fights that we want. So that's the month of June for me. It had some sensational moments, but it also had some stuff where if you checked out the newsletter and just followed the podcast and you didn't really watch boxing week in, week out, probably didn't miss a ton. So July is going to be really good towards the end of the year. We got a great one this Saturday. So, pick and choose your battles. Because, look, you're only around for so long. Go out. Go to a beach. Go enjoy yourself. Don't force yourself to be home for boxing all the time. Live your life. And let the professionals sometimes guide you through this stuff, and you can revisit it. Anyways, I appreciate each and every one of you that click on this video. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoy the content. Leave a comment in there to let me know how I'm doing. And if you can subscribing leads to our end goal, which is monetization. I need to get to 500 and 1,000. So right now we're on the goal to 500. Let's see how fast we can reach that. If you've made it this far, don't be a reoccurring viewer. Please subscribe, and let's get it.